Why hello there my flexi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at a lower body session here on the Essentials program. These are short, simple, but very effective programs to build strength, muscle, mobility and flexibility all in under 30 minutes. A really nice minimal effective dose for you. I'm going to be explaining everything as we go with the little mic here. As ever, simply just do your best with what you've got, both in terms of your weight selection, your current ability, your range of movement. Go with what feels good, challenge yourself where you feel appropriate, and you're gonna come away feeling so much better. I'm gonna be using just a couple of weight selections here today, I imagine. A pair of 12.5 kilo dumbbells and a pair of 20 kilo dumbbells. More than likely, just one of those. Like I said, use the tool that is gonna be best suited to you. And I'll be providing ways that you can adjust that as we go. It's just 2 working sets for our 3 supersets today. It's gonna be over before you know it. Some really nice, unique challenges for both strengthening the joints as well as some good old-fashioned pump up for the legs. Let's get started with our warm-up, shall we? All right, my partner in crime, we're gonna come on down to the floor for this adductor rock. Open up the adductors in the groin area ahead of some demands that we have there. So I'm in this kneeling position. I'm then gonna kick one leg out to straight, try and push the little toe away, lock the knee, hands are in support. I'm just gonna rock back until I feel that sort of bite point there. If you don't get much going on there, you can simply widen your knee base. Sit into that and rocking forward. A couple seconds in that stretch. Rinse, repeat. Very glad you've joined me today. Thank you so much for your time, effort, and attention. I promise you, we're gonna be putting it to good use. And I like to think you'll be most grateful that you spared 30 minutes with me today. I've been really enjoying this program. It doesn't feel mentally intimidating. If you're just looking to get in, get out, and not have to motivate yourself for some sort of hour-long barrage with a million different exercises. Oh yeah, and it sure feels good. We're gonna repeat the same on the other side. Oh yeah, okay. Thank you so much all of you that have joined the channel recently. Introduce yourselves, let me know who you are, where you're from, what's going on, and indeed all the other generous things you've been saying. It's been really lovely to hear. Would you believe it's going to be 2 years? 2 years since we started some of these workout series here in November. It's been a ride. It's flown by, but I feel like we're just getting started. Holy mackerel.
10 seconds.
Oh yes. We're going to be coming up to our feet. I want you to get into your preferred squat stance, probably around shoulder width, bit of toe point out. We're going to be doing a Kang Squat, which is basically a hip hinge like you'd use in a deadlift, down into the squat, and then back. Hands behind the head for a little extra challenge for the upright torso. Reach the hips back with a bent knee. Sit down, chest open for your bottom squat. Back to that halfway position. Lock the hips open at the top. Rinse, repeat. Really good, just building awareness for where that hip hinge is. If we're going to be doing things like RDLs today, deadlift variations, good morning variations, and then certainly, that challenging bottom squat mobility.
10 seconds.
Last one here. Okay, we're now going to do a practice round of the B stance or kick stance squat that we're going to be doing in our opening set. This is a great way of focusing on one leg at a time and perhaps sitting a little deeper onto that working side. So imagine your regular squat stance. I'm going to be working my left leg here and I'm just going to take my right one out and back onto the toes there. What that allows me to do, sit down, put most of my weight onto, in this case, the left leg. I might be holding a weight here, or you might simply find body weight challenging enough today. And this one is just out to the picture. You can be putting this wherever you like. It could be maybe closer like that. That might feel more comfortable. Further out. Long story short, we're just trying not to put too much weight through it. So try to keep the heel up to encourage you to put most of your force through this side. Again, another one of the inventive ways we can get more challenge out of less weight. When we're working out at home, oftentimes you might not have access to a lot of external load, but you can get inventive with the different positions, ranges of movement, and keep getting stronger and more mobile, all the good stuff. So when we're going to be executing these today in our first working sets, just slow, controlled. I'm not going to dictate a tempo. 2 to 3 seconds tends to serve us well. And adding in a little pause at the bottom, although not mandatory today, can help you to get a better stretch at the bottom, build some resiliency in that deep stretch in the knee, hip, ankle, as well as just probably feeling a little better. I often encourage people to do this to reduce their chance of injury instead of bouncing out of their squats, for example. So, game plan for us here is to do that movement first. I'm gonna be loading that up with a light goblet to have a feel for things. And then we're gonna be doing a straddle stance, good morning, for the adductors, hamstrings. So, 30 seconds time, we'll be kicking off with that goblet B stance. Being completely transparent, holy mackerel, my legs are pretty smoky from some of the workouts I've done over the last couple of days. That sounds like an excuse, doesn't it? Goodness. But we're gonna see how we get on and just focus on really nice range of movement to start with. All right, I've just turned myself to the side so you can get a look at that. Let's take a look. Slow and smooth, find your best range of movement. Your ankle range of motion will dictate how deep you can go there. Again, just do your best. Try to keep the working leg heel down. And obviously this other one is floating. And again, more than likely you'll feel a different side to side today. One of the many good things about working unilaterally here, you can be aware of imbalances, which we all have, by the way, don't be afraid of that. It's strange to be completely symmetrical. Okay, that felt good, we'll hit the other side. Thinking about what to use for the straddle good morning. Okay. Bueno, I have the confidence to go heavier on the next set. So this straddle good morning, I want you to let your feet slip as wide as you can comfortably go. Definitely want to feel that stretch. And you can either go no weight first to practice. I'm going to try a low hold here. Try to squeeze the ground between your feet, arch the lower back, and we're just going to good morning here. Hip hinge, tall chest. Okay. And we're off, sorry, chewing your ear off. I just got caught blind there, so I'm going with the one dumbbell. Find your best stretch. Stand tall. I might slip a little bit wider. Again, don't need a lot of load here, because for most of us, that stretch will be quite full on. Again, an amazing way to expose the underexposed tissues here. Get stronger in new ranges. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. One more set of that freaky business. Again, maybe some positions and variations you haven't tried before. I'm gonna go 20 kilos for this one. Right, let's get ourselves ready for that first side of the B-stance squat. I was reviewing the last video, and there's a lot of heavy breathing. You know, I'm not going to apologize for it, but I understand if it's not that nice. I was trying to find the sweet spot between the background music and being able to hear all my very useful coaching tips, of course, that makes me more out of breath and thus perpetuates the heavy breathing. Anyway, that was good. That was definitely a better load for me. Okay, on to that second side. I'll often find, even to this day, a lot of exercise, I'll make little micro adjustments as I'm performing my reps, just to find that optimal range of movement and feeling. That's okay. So good. I loved that. Oh yes. Right, I'm going to try doubling up on my dumbbells for the straddle. I've been training this quite a lot this year, this straddle position, so don't worry, for you that feels pretty mad. It's not something that comes up in conventional programs. Try to stay tall, legs straight, just find your best stretch. Little pause, stand tall. Good mornings are technically have a back rack position, so please
10 seconds.
Don't correct me. Low hold, good morning. Oh yes. Oh, and as ever, generous sod that I am, we get a minute off. Next up, we're going to be doing a bit of a complex move, as in couple of exercises rolled into one sequence. That's going to be a single leg Romanian deadlift into a curtsy squat, curtsy lunge, on that working leg. Two options for your single leg RDL. If you want to challenge your balance, go with the single leg, and then we'll cross it behind us for this slightly different angle, reverse lunge looking thing. So my gait is beyond the working leg instead of right behind it. And we'll just alternate between those two. If balance is going to be too distracting, go B stance like we just did, to like to focus on that. I'm going to play with the balance one here. Let's go indeed. So reaching the bum back, bent knee, hamstring stretch, cross round, tap the knee, drive tool. Chest up, reaching the hip back, find your best hamstring stretch. And back we go. Take your time with that curtsy lunge because it's potentially a range of movement that you don't normally lunge in.
Halfway there. 10 seconds.
Cool, I'm gonna rest there. So that was over real quick. Don't worry, you'll get another shot. We're gonna hit the other side and then do some Hackenschmidt squats for the quads. Yeah. Oh, it's hot in here. It's definitely hot in here. Color me curious. Oh, balance isn't as good on this leg. Ooh, yep. Good there. Very nice. Great hamstring stretch.
Halfway there. 10 seconds.
Holy mackerel.
Rest.
Now, let me tell you about the Hackenschmidt squat. After George Hackenschmidt himself, I think it was George, feet are together, the heel is floating, knees drive forward, and you sit down like so. So there is a bit of balance because we're on our toes. Body weight first, probably be absolutely fine for the challenge. And then if you want to load it up, we're going to try that behind our back. So I'm going to go body weight first. I'm going to practice fingers behind the body, tool chest, heels are up, knees forward, bum down to the heels, standing tall. All right. Again, surprisingly tough, but a really good range of movement to strengthen. Fitness industry has a funny way of just speaking in absolutes. No, don't squat with your heels up. So think about how often you might come down into these kind of ranges in your everyday life. So graded exposure is a really good thing. Strengthening areas that might be a little vulnerable because we always just lift with a flat back, squat with flat heels, that kind of thing. Cool. That felt good for me. I practiced it a lot. I'm gonna try holding a dumbbell behind my back on the next one. One more set of RDL to curtsy and the hack squat. Whoopsie.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay. Oh, buddy, my bean. Ooh. Okay. Last one of this pupster. Don't listen to the clock.
Rest.
Mr. Clock is wrong, we're not resting. We're working. Whoopsie daisy. Nope, he's lying. And look, he's making me lose my balance.
Let's go.
Don't listen to him. He's trying to lead us astray. The AI has taken hold. Oh, I'm gonna park it there. 3, 2, 1. Good. Jolly Jeffersons. Okay. Please don't be confused by the clock. His rogue ideas. We got the Hackenschmitten.
10 seconds.
And then we're going to be finishing with one more pairing.
Rest.
Okay. We're not resting. Oh. Wobble. Wibbly wobbly. Quaddy, quaddy. Don't listen. Don't listen.
Round 2.
Don't listen. Listen to me. Oh yeah. Hey. Hey. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's good enough.
Halfway there.
I have been personally confused by the clock. Okay. Coming up next, we're going to be doing some straddle leg lifts. Sat on the floor. Legs out akimbo, but sat down. Keeping the leg straight, trying to lift it up, holding for a couple of seconds, and down. Super simple, so tough. Hip flexor, abdominal compression, adductor range of movement, and then an RKC plank. So I'm gonna take my feet as wide as I can in that seated pancake position. And we're gonna be focusing on one leg at a time, but I would like you to try and not wiggle around too much. The further back you lean, the easier that's gonna be, okay? Position your hands as you need to. Okay,
Let's go.
squeeze the leg, and you're going to try and pull it up off the ground, control it back down. All right, if you find you want to turn over like this and do it that way, that's fine. Just try to keep the leg locked and straight. If you find you're getting close to cramping sensations, you are doing it right, but that's a very normal part of the process. You're also compressing your abs, your ribs down
Halfway there.
to get that leg lifting. And yes, it looks entirely unheroic, it's like the easiest thing in the world, and it might just be the hardest set of our workout. Oh yeah, getting a nice little almost cramp at the top there.
Rest.
Oh, Billy Goat's gruff. Okay. A little wiggle wiggle if you need to, and we'll do the left or whichever other side. Okay. Although I'm going to try and pass this off in editing, in case anyone's seen some weird glitches, or God forbid the timing is slightly off. It's because my AI went rogue here with the clock. And I tried to rectify it. Always stressful. Amazing how we're still making technical blunders. 2 years in, oh yes. Oh man. Come on, Jasper, discipline.
Halfway there. 10 seconds.
I programmed the damn thing. Oh. So, what I want you to think about here, because RKC will make this much tougher, typically done for shorter, more intense bursts than like 2-minute planks. Let's aim for as much as we can. It might be just sort of 20 odd seconds. Pulling the elbows, like trying to scrape the floor towards our feet and from the feet up. So you should just feel more force going on. Pelvic tucked under, tilted, bracing really hard. And then if we get tired, just try and then maintain a neutral pelvic position. So I'm gonna get into my forearm plank, hands interlocked, squeeze tight, and then pull and tuck. So I'm working really hard, trying to crush the floor between my elbows and feet.
Halfway there.
If you are then getting really gassed up, you could then just return to something of a neutral position, still keeping the ribs tucked and braced, but you're not trying to crush the floor quite as much. And we'll just maintain this until the end.
Rest.
What a wonder, what a wonder. Folks, we've just got one more round of that, straddle leg lifts, fancy pants plank, and that's it, we're off. I won't be doing any stretching today. If you'd like to stretch, please do, it feels good. If you want guided stretches, there's lots on this channel, generally speaking. If you found your mobility has held you back today, maybe try the Thrive 5 Daily Mobility Series for 5 to 10 minute daily sequences, progressive, for 12 weeks there to improve your mobility. You should feel your arms working here. You're like crunching together. Oh,
Halfway there.
oh yes.
10 seconds.
One more.
Rest.
Oh man. Ah, still working. Mic's still working. Yes, we're on. I really enjoyed these movements today. I hope you have too. Let's get on there now, Bruce. All right, come on. Focused, high quality efforts.
Halfway there. 10 seconds.
Oh, come on, buddy. Tremendous, as they say. Last of the super pants planks. Ah. Okay.
Last round.
All right, pelvis tucked under, crushing the floor. I'm just gonna go to a regular plank now. Although the abs are sizzling more than they would be. Still trying to maintain a neutral spine in the lower back. Not sagging.
Rest.
And that, as they say, oh, is that. You've been a blast. I know you have. Hope you enjoyed today's workout. We're back every week, rolling on a new upper or lower in this series before we embark on something fresh. If you haven't already, introduce yourself, let me know who you are. Like, comment, share, all those things. And have yourself a fine rest of your day. Thank you.